Love triangle scandal? Could it really be true that Jung Hae and Jung So-min are caught up in a shocking twist involving a mysterious third person? Rumors are spreading fast. Fans are desperate for answers. And the truth might be more dramatic than anyone expected. Red carpet revealed as we dive deep and uncover the story everyone is talking about right now. The entertainment industry thrives on stories that blur the line between fact and fiction, between rumor and revelation. At its heart are the fans, hungry for details, eager for drama, and ready to dissect every photo, every interview, every accidental slip of the tongue. Few stories in recent years have generated as much buzz as the whispers of a love triangle involving Jung Hae and Jung So-min. Mysterious third figure whose presence has sent shockwaves through K-drama fandom. For months, speculation swirled, and forums buzzed late into the night. This third person, was the chemistry between Hae and So-min more than professional? And if so, what role did the shadowy figure play in their complicated story? The scandal first began innocuously enough. Jung Hae, known for his boyish charm and soulful acting, had cemented his place as one of Korea's leading men. From While You Were Sleeping to Something in the Rain, his ability to convey emotion with the flicker of a smile or the subtle shift of an expression made him irresistible to audiences worldwide. He wasn't just an actor, he was the embodiment of every romantic fantasy played out in primetime dramas. Jung So-min, meanwhile, carried with her an entirely different aura. She had grown steadily from her breakout role in Playful Kiss to critically acclaimed performances that proved she was more than a charming face. She was versatile, intelligent, and emotionally resonant, capable of carrying both light-hearted rom-coms and heavy dramas with equal grace. Her fanbase adored her not just as an actress but as a relatable, down-to-earth personality. The two were cast together. Sparks flew, not only on screen but in the imagination of every viewer. The chemistry was undeniable. Their interactions and behind-the-scenes footage became fodder for endless compilations on YouTube, and hashtags linking their names trended regularly. The possibility that their connection might transcend fiction became a fixation for many. Shippers declared them the perfect couple, and every glance, every touch was magnified until it seemed impossible to separate acting from reality. And then, whispers of a third person began to surface. Rumor mill suggested someone had entered the picture, complicating what fans wanted desperately to believe was a budding romance. Paparazzi photos surfaced showing Hae in the company of someone unfamiliar. Grainy images spread online, captions speculating wildly about clandestine meetings and stolen moments. Was this new figure a fellow actor? A friend? Or something more? The lack of clarity fueled only more frenzy. The fascination grew because love triangles are the lifeblood of drama, both on screen and off. Fans know this narrative well, the charming lead, the beloved heroine, and the disruptive newcomer who shifts the balance. That this dynamic could be playing out in real life with some of Korea's most adored stars was too tantalizing to ignore. As the rumors spread, online communities fractured into camps. Some fans insisted the entire narrative was concocted by tabloids hungry for clicks. Others argued that where there was smoke, there must be fire. Conspiracy theories flourished. Anonymous social media accounts claimed insider knowledge, alleging late-night rendezvous and whispered conversations at private parties. Screen captures of vague posts were shared thousands of times, each retweet adding a new layer of supposed evidence. The intensity of the scandal highlighted the precarious balance celebrities must maintain between personal lives and public expectations. For Hae and So-min, every smile became suspect, every silence incriminating. The third person loomed larger than life, not because of who they were but because of the mystery their absence created. Fans speculated endlessly. Was it a fellow actor from a past project? A long-lost friend resurfaced? Or perhaps someone entirely outside the entertainment industry? The uncertainty drove engagement, turning the story into an obsession. While the frenzy mounted, Hae and So-min maintained an enigmatic silence. They appeared at press events, smiled politely, focused on promoting their projects. But silence, in the world of celebrity culture, is rarely calming, it is gasoline on fire. Every non-answer, the speculation grew louder. Did their avoidance signal guilt? Or were they simply weary of feeding the machine? The more they remained quiet, the more the world demanded answers. Height of the scandal. Hashtags pairing Hae and So-min. Mysterious third person dominated global trends. International outlets picked up the story, packaging it as Korea's love triangle mystery. Fans overseas who had never before followed Korean entertainment found themselves caught up in the drama, adding their voices to the cacophony of theories. Era of instant digital gossip. The narrative spread beyond borders, becoming a worldwide phenomenon. Beneath the noise lay real human lives. Jung Hae, though adored for his charm, is known to be deeply private. The intrusion into his personal life weighed heavily. Colleagues later confided. Jung So-min, equally private, was frustrated by the reduction of her work to gossip fodder. Both understood the inevitability of speculation. Celebrity is, after all, both a gift and a burden. Still, the question remained, who was the third person? The answer, elusive and tantalizing, just within reach. As of this tale comes to a close, the stage is set for revelation. Fans wait with bated breath, caught between devotion and doubt. What is truth? And what is fabrication? And how will Jung Hae and Jung So-min respond when the world demands clarity? In Part 2, the shadows give way to light. Mystery unravels, and the identity of the third person is finally revealed, changing everything. The suspense had reached fever pitch. For weeks, fans speculated, blogs buzzed, and social media erupted with every rumor about Jung Hae and Jung So-min, and the mysterious third person. Narrative had all the makings of a blockbuster drama, two beloved stars, undeniable chemistry, and a hidden figure who threatened to upend it all. But every story eventually collides with truth, and in this case, the revelation was as dramatic as the build-up. The identity of the third person emerged not in whispers, but in a loud, definitive scoop from a leading entertainment outlet. Paparazzi photographs surfaced, clear, undeniable, showing Jung Hae meeting quietly with a fellow actress from a previous project. The images captured late-night conversations at a quiet cafe, followed by walks through empty streets. Within minutes, the internet exploded. Mystery had a face, and fans scrambled to dissect every detail. Was this evidence of romance, or simply two colleagues catching up? Media framed it as confirmation of a love triangle. Headlines blared, Jung Hae torn between co-star Jung So-min and familiar flame. Fans reacted instantly. Declared betrayal, claiming the photos proved the rumors true. Defended him, pointing out the lack of context. Two people talking does not equal scandal. But in the court of public opinion, perception often outweighs fact. As speculations swirled, Jung Hae broke his silence. At a press event, he addressed the rumors directly. Understand the concern and curiosity, he said calmly. But I want to clarify, there is no triangle, no betrayal. I value my colleagues. I value my friendships. And I ask that people respect the boundaries between fiction and reality. His tone was steady, demeanor composed, but his eyes betrayed fatigue. Months of rumor had taken their toll. Jung So-min soon followed with her own statement. Known for her poise, she spoke candidly. Unfortunate that private lives become public puzzles. Hae is a colleague and a friend. What matters most to me is respect, for each other, for our fans. The work we do. Her words reframed the narrative, emphasizing friendship and respect. She subtly shifted the focus from scandal back to professionalism. And then, the third person, the actress at the center of the storm, stepped forward. In an interview, she laughed off the rumors. Surprises me how a simple meeting can be spun into something so dramatic. Hae and I are friends. That is all. Her clarity was refreshing, but by then, the story had already taken on a life of its own. It was a cultural reckoning. Commentators noted how quickly the public was willing to construct elaborate narratives from fragments of information. In South Korea, where the line between celebrity and private citizen is razor-thin, the love triangle story highlighted a pressure star's face. The notion of a third person played into classic tropes, but reality proved far more mundane. Yet for fans, the scandal carried weight. Those who had invested emotionally in Hae and So-min's chemistry felt disillusioned. Online communities debated endlessly, should celebrities be allowed private friendships? Or do they owe transparency to their supporters? International fans, by contrast, largely celebrated the star's honesty, using their efforts to address rumors head-on. The divide underscored cultural differences in how celebrity relationships are perceived. For Hae and So-min, the aftermath was a lesson in resilience. Into their work, focusing on upcoming projects. In interviews, they redirected questions back to their craft, refusing to be defined by speculation. Gradually, the noise subsided. Moved on to new dramas, new stories. The love triangle scandal faded, remembered not as a definitive truth but as a reminder of how easily perception can distort reality. In the long run, the scandal may have even strengthened their public images. Hae was admired for his calm transparency, Min for her maturity, and the third person for her humor and directness. What began as a potential crisis evolved into an opportunity to showcase grace under pressure. The cultural impact, however, lingered. This story sparked conversations about the ethics of celebrity journalism, the dangers of speculative reporting, need for fans to distinguish between screen and reality. It also revealed the deep emotional investment audiences place in their stars, an investment that can both uplift and suffocate. So, the love triangle that never truly was became a defining chapter in the narrative of three lives. Jung Hae, Jung So-min, and the third person emerged not as rivals in romance, but as individuals navigating the complexities of fame. Their story reminded the world that behind every headline are people, flawed, human, deserving of privacy. As settled, one truth remained: in the entertainment world, scandals will come and go, but authenticity endures. The lesson was clear. Triangles may fuel drama on screen, but in real life, respect and honesty matter far more. So-called love triangle between Jung Hae, Jung So-min, and the third person was less a scandal than a mirror held up to our own fascination with drama. It revealed how quickly stories can spiral, easily rumors can take root, and how deeply fans invest in the lives of their idols. It also revealed strength, the strength of stars who refuse to let whispers define them, and the strength of truth to pierce through noise. In the end, what was revealed was not betrayal but resilience. Not scandal but humanity. For Hae, So-min, and the woman pulled unexpectedly into the spotlight, the experience was a trial by fire. The rest of us, it was a reminder to look beyond headlines, question narratives, and to remember that real life, unlike drama, fits into neat triangles. This story is for the fans who follow every twist with passion, for the readers who demand not just gossip but insight, and for the stars who endure scrutiny with grace. Thank you for joining Red Carpet Revealed and exploring the truth behind the spectacle. May we continue to celebrate not only the dramas we watch but also the humanity of those who bring them to life.